You think you're in control. You think you're choosing to watch this video right now. But maybe this moment was never really a choice. Maybe you're always going to end up here because every experience, every algorithm, and every neuron in your brain led you to this second. We all think we have free will, but the truth, you don't. Every world starts the same. You spawn, gather wood, craft tools. The pattern feels natural, comforting even. You tell yourself you're improvising, but you're just remembering. It's strange, isn't it? That a game with infinite choices always begins in the same rhythm. Maybe freedom doesn't mean anything goes. Maybe freedom just means you don't notice the pattern that owns you. The villagers follow schedules. The mobs spawn in darkness. You follow habit. Different code, same design. And in that repetition, there's peace and fear. Because if everything repeats, maybe you never really start anything new. Every thought you've ever had began as electricity. You don't choose them, you witness them. The brain is an algorithm, trained by pain and pleasure. As a child, you learned which smiles meant safety, which tones meant danger. Those patterns became instincts. Those instincts became you. You didn't choose your curiosity. It was rewarded once. You didn't choose your anger. It protected you once. You didn't choose your loneliness. It was survival once. So when you think you're deciding, you're just repeating what once kept you alive. The pickaxe swings, the torch is placed. Light, darkness, light, darkness. A perfect metaphor for conscience itself. A rhythm we mistake for control. Every world has a seed, a single number that defines everything. Mountains, oceans, strongholds, biomes. You can travel forever, but you'll never leave the seed. It decides what's possible, not you. Maybe our lives are the same. Genetics, culture, and trauma. They're our code. You didn't pick your spawn point. You didn't choose your parents, your wiring, or your fears. You were generated, and the world expects you to act like that isn't true. But maybe that realization isn't hopeless. Because once you know the boundaries, you can finally see the beauty inside them. Even a finite world can feel infinite when you stop trying to escape the seed and start exploring it with intention. When you pick left or right, your brain decided milliseconds before you knew. Scientists recorded it. The neural pulse fires first. The decision comes later as justification. You are a storyteller, covering for a machine, a narrator pretending to be the author. But what a beautiful lie it is, because without that illusion, life might feel unbearable. Maybe the trick isn't to escape the illusion, but to use it, to act as if you're free, because pretending gives meaning to the script you are always going to follow. Even if the choice is written, the experience is real, the emotion is real, the love, the regret, and the wonder, all real. Illusions can still be sacred. Sometimes the code breaks. A creeper appears from nowhere. A storm wipes out your base. Chaos feels random, unfair, but even randomness is math. Maybe even tragedy in life, every heartbreak, was another line in the seed you couldn't read yet. When the world crashes, you rebuild. And rebuilding isn't proof of control, it's proof of resilience. Maybe destiny isn't about direction. Maybe it's about endurance. The universe might be deterministic, but persistence is still heroic. Because even if you were always going to suffer, you were always going to rise. There's a moment and every quiet night, when the game sounds fade and all that's left is breath. That's the watcher, the part of you behind thought. It doesn't act, it observes. That awareness might be the only real freedom we have, because awareness breaks the spell. It lets you see the code while still playing inside it. You can't choose your impulses, but you can choose to watch them arrive. And in that watching, something gentle appears, a gap. In that gap, you're no longer the algorithm, you're the witness. And maybe that's what people mean by soul. You don't actually have free will, but you have awareness. You have the ability to see the pattern, to feel the weight of the seed, and still build something beautiful inside it. That's all life asks of you, not to escape the code, but to love within it. You were never choosing, you were always becoming, and that was always the plan.